is a paid program. The views expressed within are not those of 103.1 FM. Okay, so this is where we join with Batson and Associates for our 30-minute segment. Supporting health naturally, Dr. Jason Batson online with us. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Always a pleasure to be here discussing health from a natural and integrated perspective. Last program, we touched on a very important aspect of health, which is that of sleep. And all these sleep-deprived people that we have who, based on research, when you do get sufficient amount of sleep, Harvard had done an extensive sleep research. It was actually a triple-blind study. And one of the things that they found is that when you lose sleep, especially the shift workers, because those were the persons primarily targeted. But as I made a point last week to highlight, is that if you're not getting sleep, it's almost as if you're working. So, one of the things that showed is that it actually takes off a significant amount of time off your lifespan, anywhere between 7 to 14 years. So, I mean, if God's willing, you're supposed to live 94. It means you could take off, you could end up going at 80 or maybe 60, right? So, I mean, it is food for thought. And we know how important sleep is. Sleep, as I mentioned, is primarily responsible for the rejuvenation and recuperation of neurotransmitters and that whole neurological aspect of the body. And we know how important that is, because if it is you do not have proper neurological function, you find it is eventually it end up affecting so many other organ systems in the body, and it can be detrimental. I mean, you could reach a point where your memory is affected, cognitive function, those type of things. So this week we're going to kind of continue in that line. We're going to talk a bit about cleansing and detoxifying, because I know that some persons had some questions regarding that and the Santulan. And also we're going to touch a bit on eyes as regards to the eye optics formula and how that could really benefit persons with different eye situations. Because one of the things that I found, is that a lot of persons, when coming to your eyes, is as if it is, you don't know, because you're not sure exactly where to go, where to look. And sometimes you're very limited in the scope of what is really presented to you. And that's sad, because there are a lot of things out there that will actually help you significantly. So those are some of the topics that we're going to talk about today. Keep in mind, it is an open forum. So you have the WhatsApp numbers that you could actually message us on there. In addition to that, our social media platforms, we are live on Facebook currently. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. A pleasant good morning to Miss Pamela Moses. First in the house, first in the gate. On the Facebook, our Instagram persons, I see we have a few people there. Pretty food blogger. Well, it's some kind of fancy name here now. I have to read them names before I read it. So I have to read it in mind before I read it loud, because I don't know if I might be banned from the radio with some of these names what they have.
So our WhatsApp number in studio 299-4103 if you have any questions for Dr. Jason Batson.
Okay, so Miss Jennifer Schaaf, a pleasant good morning to you. Miss Donna Williams, good morning. Mrs. Harrington, a pleasant good morning to you. Yeah, so, and Miss Lucy Lara, pleasant good morning to you as well. So when we're speaking about neurological health and neurological function, what are we talking about? We're primarily talking about your mind. We know in integrative medicine, your body is basically divided into 5 aspects. You have your spiritual body, which is the top body. Then you have your supramental, which is your subconscious mind. Then you have your mental, which is your conscious mind. And you have your vital body, which is your energy body. And then you have your physical body. Now, one of the things a lot of persons do not understand is that the physical body depends on all the upper bodies in order for functionality, in order for proper balance or homeostasis in the body. The thing is, as it relates to mental health, there are a lot of persons who do not understand that mental health is supposed to be taken very seriously. And I have said this before. Trinidadians have a very loose way of saying, they use the word mad very loosely, crazy loosely. Them people, she mad. You know, that family is a whole set of mad people in that family, you know. And we say it very flippantly, but we don't understand how serious it is. Because mental illness is a serious, serious thing. And I believe it is never addressed properly, especially in the Caribbean. It is never addressed properly among men because for some reason, because of toxic masculinity, we believe that you're a man, so you're not supposed to have no problems, you're not supposed to express your feelings, you're not supposed to cry, you're not supposed to do, and that's quite unfortunate, which is why we have so many persons, you know, they turn to violence, they turn to all sorts of things because their ability to adapt mentally, psychologically, emotionally to stressors is there is a lack of balance there. And there are a number of factors that contribute to that. But primarily we're looking at it from a dietary perspective because everything that you eat can affect your mental health. We also know as it relates to gut health, how important that is to proper mental health. And I'll give you an example because we know if you have, for example, something like sarcoidosis, which is an infection that can cause serious issues. Sarcoidosis, I believe, is either viral or bacterial infection, but it's a systemic infection. Then you have things like yeast. Then you have things like various aspects where you may have leaky gut. So in other words, you have a lot of pathogens in the gastrointestinal system, and all of these pathogens, or a large number of them, actually produce what is known as neurotoxins. So neuro has to do with nerves or neurological aspect of the body, and toxins are what? Poison. So obviously, if you have neurotoxins being produced in the gastrointestinal system and then leaving there, going into the bloodstream and getting into the brain, you're going to end up with mental health issues. And that's something that a lot of people do not look at. I mean, if you have problems with anxiety, depression, they're going to take you and park you up on a lot of medication, which can be very dangerous because it's very habit forming and it can have serious withdrawal symptoms. It's sometimes very difficult to actually come off of those things. And your psychologist or your psychiatrist would tell you, well, at least if they're responsible, that, you know, these are things that we need to be very careful with because of the damage that can be done, right? So at Batson Associates, we have a more natural dietary, supplemental lifestyle way of dealing with that. Just as this morning, I was looking at an article where they were discussing blue zones. I don't even know what a blue zone is, but blue zones are zones in the world where they have identified persons who have lived to 100 and over 100. So one of the blue zones is in Japan. And one of the things that they found, they questioned them as regards to what do they eat and that type of thing. And one of the things that was fundamental, it has a lot to do with their diet where they follow a 80-20 rule. And the 80-20 rule simply means that when they eat 80% or up to 80%. So they don't full themselves completely. Unlike the Western world, where of course we have a lot of sugary drinks, all these soft drinks and all these type of things. And what they essentially do is really make us eat more. And because of this constant eating, you know, it is one of the things that actually affect longevity. So one of the things as well, too, as I said, from a dietary perspective, at Batson Associates, is when we do the tests. So we have that protocol or testing aspect where we do the live nutritional blood cell analysis, we do the magnetic resonance analysis, scan and those type of things. And it actually gives us the ability to determine liver health, kidney health, gastrointestinal health, which is very important. Now, a lot of persons might say, well, you know, I the aspect of the entire body based on its relationship with the gastrointestinal system. And that's very, very important. So feel free to give us a call or visit. We do have those packages still available. That is the 4-in-1 with your executive consultation, your complimentary foot detox, your live blood analysis, dry blood analysis, and your magnetic resonance analysis scan. Determine on what we find, I may send you for alternative tests, whether it's ultrasound, CT scan, MRIs. But our objective is to determine the root cause of the problem. One of the things I told somebody, I need to advertise myself as an autoimmune specialist because I don't understand. No, I really need to. Because some people come and say, well, Dr. Batson is dealing with autoimmune disease. I was like, how long have you been listening to me? Yes, we do. The only people I cannot deal with is dead people, hardened people, and I don't deal with animals. I am not a veterinarian. But as it relates to the human body and issues affecting the human body, including autoimmune conditions, walk in the park. But you have to understand the link between poor gastrointestinal health and disease. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. Even with the hydration issue, hydration is everything. If you do not drink water, whether you don't like water, don't tell me you don't have access to water. Water is not $1 million. So don't even come around with that nonsense. You need to start drinking your water. You're gonna pay a hefty price, you know. You're gonna pay a hefty price. You're gonna end up on a dialysis machine. And if you think dialysis is a walk in the park, go in a dialysis center or talk to somebody who on dialysis. It is the most horrifying experience a human being could have. Those people, they don't have nice lives. It's sad. Me, I can't give myself life. I cannot take life. But I would not like to be in a situation like that. I really wouldn't want to live, honestly. I prefer to go and meet my maker, as the people say, and let me die in peace. We have a question?
Okay. Yeah, we have another question. By the way, you folks out there, feel free to WhatsApp your questions for Dr. Jason Batson on 299-4103. Apple cider vinegar. How does apple cider vinegar work? And 2, who shouldn't be taking apple cider vinegar?
That's an interesting question. The thing is, apple cider vinegar has numerous benefits, despite what you might read on the internet from some idiots who don't know what they're talking about, because there are plenty of people who like to downplay these things for a number of reasons. The advantage with apple cider vinegar has something in it known as acetic acid. Now, that has some antibacterial, antiviral properties associated with it. It also has some weight loss aspects associated with it. The problem that a lot of people do not understand is that you do not drink apple cider vinegar without a straw. You do not also drink it without water. Do not take raw apple cider vinegar and drink it, please. You will kill yourself. You can damage your intestines. You can give yourself a stomach ulcer. You can damage your teeth, because the enamel can be affected by the acetic acid, which is why we recommend a straw. What I normally tell persons, you use like about 1 teaspoon. Now, if you have gastrointestinal problems, the possibility exists. If you have bad acid reflux or stomach ulcers, then you cannot use it. It's not as if you cannot use it at all or ever in life, but you just cannot use it at that particular point in time until we have corrected certain things. And once you do that, then we can guide you accordingly. There are a lot of clients who come to me and I recommend them to use it in conjunction with the inflammation formula and the mineral formula, because you get very good results that way in water and you use a straw. So like with everything else, you have to know how to use, when to use, why to use. And a lot of people don't know that. You just hear something, you want to run and use it, and you don't understand the proper mechanism or the proper way in terms of how you should use those things. Okay, so again, those telephone numbers, you can give us a call on 223-7515. That's for David. That's 223-7515, as well as 341-4813. That's 341-4813. And Shoguna's office, that number is 314-9975. That's 314-9975, as well as 222-8261. We do have eye optics formula in stock. Keep in mind, if you have an eye situation, if you have glaucoma, cataract, detached retina, macular degeneration, retinitis pigmentosa, any situation with your eyes, blurry eye, burning eye, that eye drop is going to help you. And a word to the wise. Let me say something quickly. You see, all people who have glaucoma are going to be a little rough here. All they just look for their blindness. You know, some of them very plain talk bad manners. They say that no such thing as stupid people. I disagree with that. All they need to use all their brain sometimes. Use your brain. You cannot, these set of eye drops that they want to be given persons, which I understand the medical fraternity as regards to certain things. But steroid eye drops are very dangerous eye drops over an extended period of time. It affects your heart. You know, if you don't believe me, there's no problem. Go and read it. It affects your blood pressure. It affects your cardiovascular system. And it's usually not a positive effect. Okay? If you have glaucoma, Trinidad and Tobago, the people who normally have glaucoma is people who do not like water. Now, it has something when you all reach a certain age, for some reason, I don't understand why. I mean, I need to do some research on that. You find as you get older, you need to drink less water. Stop your nonsense. You are going to end up damaging your eyes, and you're going to reach a point where you are blind. And then the problem is, you get blind, and then all it is reached by Batson. The figure Batson could fix everybody. The thing don't work so. You have to understand what glaucoma is, and you have to start to treat glaucoma, especially from a dietary and a supplemental perspective and a lifestyle perspective. You cannot have glaucoma and expect your eyes to get better and you're not drinking water. I don't care who your doctor is, your ophthalmologist, I don't care what they tell you. That is seriously associated with poor circulation in the cerebral hemisphere. It is also seriously associated with metabolic waste buildup in the eyes, and it has a lot to do with poor circulation in the brain. If you do not address those things, you're spinning top in mud. You could use eye drop from now till you're dead, your eyes would not get better. And then the next thing they'll tell you, well, we need to do a surgery, and then boom, you're blind. You cannot see again. So pay attention to yourself. You know, there's a saying, check yourself before you wreck yourself. And that's the problem with a lot of you. You do not check yourself, and you wait until things are too late, and you don't pay attention to your diet and your lifestyle. That is very, very important. You can't be big and fat, you're overweight, you're obese, and expect your eyes. You don't know that affecting your eyes too? Use your common sense. That is affecting you. If you are obese, there are a number of challenges that your circulatory system has. If your circulatory system has challenges, obviously it's going to affect your eyes. You have to understand that the body works. The body is one, you know. Many different parts, but it is one. And that's very important. Okay?
All right, another question for you. What are the signs of unhealthy stools?
Well, the stool is supposed to be like the size of a banana, consistency of toothpaste. The color is usually the same, like the color of cardboard, but that's debatable depending on what you eat. If you have a lot of greens, you'll see some change. If you have beetroot, certain things, if you use a lot of turmeric, that kind of, you could see some changes because those things are going to start to help to flush the gastrointestinal system. But if you see like channel, like stool, if when you look in the washroom, and if you're seeing blood, something wrong with you, definitely. If you're seeing the food that you eat, so like let's say you had a meal and you had rice and split peas and something, and you could actually look in the bowl and see rice and split peas, well, thing real bad with you, because it means you're not absorbing. Yeah, you have serious, serious problems. And the thing is, if you're seeing something look like coal, mucus, well, you need to be careful. That could be the big C, because a lot of people with colorectal cancer, when you look at that, that is some of the things that you actually see. Now, if you, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. If you know you're a little on the licorice side, you're a little greedy, and you like a lot of meat, you need to take your regular cleansers, especially if you partake of a lot of red meat. If it is, you like the one that have a snout and is go oink oink, you know, some people love that. You need to be very, very careful. That has the thing is, pork has a pathogen called trichinosis is the name of it, boy? Yeah, I believe that's the name of it. That particular pathogen is very difficult to kill. I don't know if you ever see some of these animals feed it. They will eat any and everything, you know. If you stand up long enough, a pig will eat you, you know. That eating shoes, tire, anything they eat, anything. They're not really the cleanest animals to deal with. So you need to be very, all I'm simply saying, I'm not telling you what to eat, but I'm telling you what to eat, in the sense that you need to exercise some level of common sense in the thing. As I was saying, when you look at the Western world, look at what we eat. Longevity and health is always associated with cultures and lifestyle. You know? And I've said this a million times. Look at the Mediterranean diet. These people use a lot of olives. What is one of the benefits of olive? Cardiovascular health. Olive oil, the tree itself, olives itself, those things help. So that Mediterranean diet, those people have very healthy cardiovascular system. What I was talking about with the blue zones, with Japan's, for example, Japan has some of the highest levels or the highest population of smokers in certain parts of the world. Yet, if you look at the lung cancer rates, it is significantly what? Less. Because what? They use a lot of things from the sea. They use a lot of marine phytoplankton. So a lot of sea moss, Irish moss, which is Irish moss, fucoidan, those type of things. So those are cancer preventers. So as a result of that, even though they may do the cigarettes, what they're doing from the lifestyle perspective is negating the negative effect of the cigarette smoke, or the effects that it would normally have on someone, which is cancer. So you have to understand that your lifestyle is always fundamentally associated to the level of health that you have. But if you just want to say, okay, I'm licorice, I'm greedy, I'm drinking my soft drink, I don't care, I'm eating my ice cream, I do business, I'm eating my bread, I'm eating everything, and then you get sick, what it is you're going to do now? Take medication to correct the sickness? How that making sense? Somebody needs to explain that to me. Break it down to me like I'm a 2-year-old. There is no breaking down there because it has to do with what you eat on a daily basis. We have a question?
Yeah, we have a couple more questions for you before we wrap up. How do you treat recurring Bartholin cyst?
Oh, if you have a bath, that is a kind of funny thing, because that cyst could give you some problems. You need to check your water. Possibility exists you're dehydrated. I recommend alkagen water. If you have been drinking your body weight divided by 2 in ounces for the past 2 months, then you could go straight to the Santulan. If not, I suggest you do the alkagen water, the water cleanse. You do that for a month, and then you go to the Santulan, and there is a particular astaxanthin omega that we use that is also going to help. Inflammation formula is also a very good product as well too that can help in that situation.
Right, here's another question for you. This is someone who's only just joining the show. What causes dry eyes, and what can we use to clear this up?
Dry eyes, again, hydration. So look at the amount of water you're drinking. The thing is, you could be drinking a lot of water and your eyes could be still dry, because I've experienced that. At least the last time I went to the ophthalmologist, one of the things she was saying that she found my eyes was dry. I was like, but I drink like 5 liters of water for the day. So it clearly is not the water. But the thing is, I use contact lens sometimes, and sometimes I'm not as diligent as I'm supposed to, because I'm supposed to take them out at certain times, and sometimes you just fall asleep with them in your eyes, which is a bad thing. So I was basically being neglectful, which I corrected the situation. So look at your hydration. The eye optics formula is always a good go with that. And we do have eye optics formula in stock at all the offices. It's just Tobago has to get, right? And Tobago should get, well, we have this holiday situation here, so it's going to be next week, please God. Okay, but eye optics formula is definitely something you should look at. That and the alkagen water. Okay, so I know our time, yes, is very close. So very quickly, let me give you those telephone numbers. Again, you can give us a call on 223-7515. That's 223-7515, as well as 341-4813. That's 341-4813. And Shogunas is 314-9975. or 222-8261. You have been listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates. And as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Do enjoy your holiday coming up. Be safe. Please, please try not to get in any accident. Nobody, please don't try and drown. You know, this is the time for some reason those things happen. So just be careful. God bless and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Karen, always a pleasure to be in your company, my dear. Until next week, take care of yourself. Be safe.
I will.
Okay.
And yes, I will drink lots of water this weekend.
Very good.
Happy Easter weekend to you. And
You as
catch
well.
you next week. Supporting Health Supporting Health Naturally with Dr. Jason Batson. This 30-minute segment came your way with the best wishes of Batson and Associates. The views expressed within were not those of...
Good. So Facebook and Facebook and Instagram, sorry, and YouTube. Okay. So let me see if I can answer some of you guys' questions here, right? Let me say, Miss Anne-Marie Bab, good morning, Dr. Batson and Associates, listening in from Canada. Okay, Canada in the house. Hi, how you doing? Miss Petronella J. Felix, good morning, Dr. Batson. Good morning to you, Miss Felix. Mr. Kyle Thomas is saying, good morning. When I give up pork, I stop having swelling in the hands and feet. Great, good for you. Mr. Risa Libert is asking when to use or what to use if you are pre-diabetic. Okay, good. Pre-diabetic, increase your water intake. At Batson Associates, I would suggest you try and get some Santulan. I don't know where you're located. That's going to help. There's also a blood sugar complex that we carry. Try and have a lot more greens in your diet, especially things like okra is very good, karaili is very good, sweet pepper is also very good. So those are some of the things that you could include in the diet to sort of bring down the glycemic numbers and help your body in terms of glucose. Also, your fiber intake is also very, very important. Okay, Ms. Judith Crawford is saying good morning from Toronto. Nina May Joseph, pleasant good morning, doctor. Pleasant good morning to you, Nina. Okay. So let me see what's going on Instagram here. Okay, so someone is asking the question, is Ms. Ayana. If someone has high blood pressure with numbness on the left part of the body, they were told it's a mild stroke. Well, I'm not going to tell you that the pressure isn't going down. What can be used ASAP to reduce the pressure and the symptoms? Well, you see, the problem with that, Ms. Anna, is if the person has already had a mild stroke, which is most likely called a TIA, which is transient ischemic attack, it means that the person's circulatory system is compromised. So again, one of the first things I would look at is water. The water that person needs to get, I don't know where you're located, if you could get the alkaline water, that's going to help. Because the advantage, let me give you a quick example, especially in this situation, why the alkaline water is going to give you a favorable response. It's simply because alkalinity in the human body is important. Now, people talk about alkaline in the body, but your entire body cannot be alkaline. Because based on biological and biochemical functions of the body, that just cannot happen. It is impossible, right? So there are certain aspects of alkalinity, certain aspects of acidity that needs to be maintained in the body. But the body, remember, the body's main objective is always to remain in what? Balance, homeostasis, equilibrium. So it means in a situation like that, what I would do is start with the alkaline water. Start drinking the water. Your body weight divided by 2 in ounces. Remove all soft drinks from your diet. Energy drinks from your diet. Coffee, out of the diet. Take it out. Meat, I would stop all meat and just stick to fish. And I'll use the fish like 3 times for the week. Right? You want more complex carbohydrates in the diet. So complex carbohydrates would be things like provision, things like quinoa, those type of things, as opposed to rice bread. Try and eliminate those or much less in the diet. Okay? And once you do that, the blood pressure is going to start to go down, sorry. At Batson Associates, the circulation tea would help. I don't think we have any circulation tea in stock right now. I know we should be getting shortly. We have hypertension tea, however, and we have different teas associated with circulation. Because you see, if that person has that problem and that blood pressure is not going down, it means the body has already reached a critical state and the blood is basically overloaded. So what we have to do is gradually cleanse the body, or gradually, operative word gradually. You do not want to go and take any serious cleanse, don't go and drink Sene and those that you'll kill yourself. You cannot do that. You have to allow it to remove or go through the system gradually, and we start to clean up the body. That's very important. Otherwise, you're going to get healing crisis. Okay, I have some at home, we'll give them. Okay, I gave them circulation tea as well. Yes, and increase the water. Very important. Very, very important. Okay, so I hope you're able to take into consideration everything I said there. Okay, so let me see. Miss Marva Huggins is saying, can I use for the cold for a child? Or can I use silver for a 4-year-old child who has the cold? Yeah, of course. Babies could use silver. That's to tell you how effective that is and how it doesn't affect tissue in the body. Okay, what's the next question? Boy. Good morning, sir. I just want to say, Michaela from St. James Branch. Mikhail. Mr. That's not Buster Mantina, Mr. Montut. St. James is the best worker ever. 100. Okay. Josiah Hosham is saying that. Okay, Josiah, thank you very much for that. Honey Bay, look my babes. Yes, Miss Bay, how you doing? All right. Good morning, my dear. Shakil, good morning. Viewers, good morning. That is the original Honey Bay in the house. Honey Bay, where your picture? Oh, you have something of divine scene. Good man. Miss Judith Crawford is saying, I would like to purchase some of your products, please. Okay, Miss Crawford, where are you located? You could just share that with us. Ms. Petronella Joe Felix is saying, will women's formula help with lightheadedness experience during menopause? Yes, it would help, but I would also recommend you use the nerve restore, and the optimizer. And of course, your water is very important. Okay? Very, very important. Okay, so let me not leave out my Instagram people. Yes, they're saying, yes, he's Mr. Montoot. That's Curly Nikki 21. Papa. Montoot, you have fans, boy. But I am very glad to hear that that he works well and that they work well. So, you know, our objective is always to improve our customer service. Very, very important. You know, so if you have any suggestions for us too, we will keep that and take those as well. Just now we're actually going to put a suggestion box or some aspect where we can get feedback from you guys. I know what some of the complaints are. One, when you're coming out of the way too long. That's one. Two, you're taking too long to get an appointment, but it is as we're working as humanly possible and as fast as we can to give you an effective and efficient service. I had some issues with the follow-up because I'm a big advocate of follow-up. I don't make joke with that. When you do call my clients, I get very, very annoyed because it's not a matter you just come to us and spend your money and we forget you. I do operate so. If I was doing business like that, I've been doing this over 12 years now. If I wasn't doing something right, I wouldn't have been here. Or we wouldn't have been here, okay? So thank you so very much for the support, and we continue, as I said, to try to work as hard and as efficient and effective as possible in order to give you guys the best service possible. I know we have a little issues with the products. People like Dr. Batson, how your products just run out so? No, it's not like we're not ordering enough, but you know, we have little supply chain issues. We have little issues, especially with the war and whatnot. So I especially am making a concerted effort to ensure that we have things here on a timely basis. It's a bit challenging, and that's life for you, but we're not giving up, okay? We're not giving up at all. Miss Curly Nikki 21 is saying, I'm waiting for a makeup appointment. Okay, a makeup appointment with myself? Okay, Miss Curly Nikki. Well, you're going to get some after the holidays because, you know, we have Good Friday tomorrow, which we're not working, and we also have Monday, which we're not working, but we're working this Saturday. So those offices will be open on Saturday. And then from next week, I'm trying to do some makeup days. So we're going to get you organized, Miss Curly Nikki 21. All right? Rachel Johnson say high demand. Miss Brenda Newton, agreed. Anne Hussein, very well said. Thank you so very much. What is the optimizer used for? This is Miss Anne Hussein is asking this question. I'm pronouncing your name correctly, right? Hussein, right? Optimizer increases blood flow to the brain, but it is also a free radical scavenger, and it is also a product. So in other words, it's going to help with mental health. It's going to help with circulation in the brain. It's going to help with eyesight. It's going to help with cognitive function, memory. If your memory really bad, Cerebral is your product. And take what I'm telling you, that product, when you use it, you're going to be satisfied. Nerve Restore is a very good product for sleep, but you have to keep in mind, some of all your neurotransmitters are so messed up that you cannot use one Nerve Restore. You're going to have to use two. So ideally, you're going to have to use one with breakfast, one with dinner. Or if you have things like the inflammation formula, the chlorophyll, the mineral formula with the silver and those type of things, then you use it morning and evening. Very important. Ms. Anne-Marie Bab is saying, what can help when you are diagnosed with cysts in your uric? Cysts. That's no Anne-Marie. I look at how you write that and see if you can make a correction because you lost a little bit. What can help when you are diagnosed with cysts in your uric acid crystals in your urine? Okay. So I think what you're trying to ask me is if you're diagnosed with cysts, but what type of cysts? Is it ovarian cysts? Is it kidney cysts? Is it gallbladder cysts? What type of cysts is it? And if you have uric acid crystals in your urine, well, if you have uric acid crystals in your urine, it means you're not drinking enough water. It also means you need to pay attention to red meat or certain vegetables that you're using. What you need to do is increase your water intake, and you also need to look at the aspect of cleansing, all right, and the amount of hydration that you have, okay? Mr. Keston Obajami Keto is saying, bless Dr. Batson, can children use Santalan? If yes, what would be the protocol? Yes, they can use Santalan, Mr. Keto. I don't know the age of the child, though, but let me give you a ballpark figure. If you're looking at a child anywhere between 5 and up, they can use a half glass of Santulan, so 4 ounces of Santulan they can use. If the child is under that age and they may be like all about 3, I would recommend they use 2 ounces. Yeah, they could use that, but a child can use Santulan. There's not a problem with that. Okay? Uric acid crystals in the urine. Yes, and Marie Barb. Yeah, if you're having that, it means you need to look at your water. But have you been diagnosed with gout? Have you been? You let me know. Okay, I'm trying to focus on both Instagram, sorry, and Facebook. All right. June, Bridget, good morning. Anne-Marie Bob, thank you, Dr. Batson, you're welcome. Miss Annie Grant, good morning, Dr. Batson. Have a blessed day. Thank you so very much. Miss Anne-Marie Bob, you said no, but no to what exactly, my dear? I'm trying to go with the train of our discussion. Oh, she said I corrected it. Okay, good, I follow you there. Miss Anne-Marie Devines is saying, hi, I was diagnosed with water in my knee on January 20th, was drained out of my knee and was told to come back on June 15th, but want to know why my knee feels so stiff and my big toe hurts. Ms. Devines, you have a lot of inflammation. Why are you going to drain out water in your knee for? The thing is, if your knee is holding water, something is wrong. There's a serious issue there, and it is an issue that shows high levels of inflammatory response in the body. So that's one of the things that you need to pay very, very close attention to. Okay? Is it cerebral, you said? Then it's good for the memory. Yes, it is. The cerebral formula is the name of the product. Ms. Donna Williams is saying, I need to purchase some products so badly, but I am in the US. Help. Yeah, again, right now, don't worry, we're helping us. We're starting to do it. What we're trying to do is the prices. We're trying to get someone to do it in such a way until we do drop shipping and this thing where we have a fulfillment center, like how those wonderful people at Amazon usually operate. That's something that we're working on, and we're actually looking at even to put it there as well, so you all could purchase it from them. So that's something that we're working on, but we're gonna get it solved. All right. Okay. So Tyrone Wise is asking. Okay. Dr. Batson, morning. Hopefully I can come see you when I come back home next month. Dealing with an issue, when I stand up, I have to hold on to something because I get lightheaded. They said it is not vertigo, but when I sit, the blood takes a while to get to my brain fast enough. I would like to get an answer for some about this and possible meds that can help with this. Okay, so you said come back home, so I get the impression that you're out of the country. All right. The thing is, if you're having a situation with poor blood flow to the brain, and the doctor is saying it's not vertigo, well, it means that you just have poor circulation. Now, the thing is, it could be some blockages in the arteries in the brain, which we may need to do some work on, and that's pretty easy to deal with. So you're looking at things like optimizer. What you can do in the meantime is at least up your water intake and see if you can get some. Well, you wouldn't get alkaline water where you are, but there would be some form of alkaline water. And once that is in fact what they have, then I suggest you start to use that, because it would give you some assistance in that particular area. All right, so that's something your guide could pay very close attention to. So again, let me give you those office numbers. You can give us a call on 223-7515. That's 223-7515. That's for David. Another number for David is 341-4813. That's 341-4813. And Shagonas is 314-9975. That's 314-9975. And let me just say something quickly. Ms. Donna Williams is saying, can I get someone in Trinidad to purchase for me once I speak to you, Dr. Batson, personally? Yes, Ms. Donna Williams, we could do that for you. Right? Those numbers again are 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That's 314-9975. And those locations, we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That's Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. We're also on the corner of Ramsey Mooch Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Davie, as well as Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James, and Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. Ms. May J is saying, good morning, Dr. Batson. How long can one keep Santulan in the fridge? Ms. May can keep that Santulan in your fridge for a year. Take what I'm telling you. I used a Santulan some months ago, and I had it in the refrigerator for 6 months. It didn't spoil. Once your refrigerator is working properly and you're keeping it in there, you don't have an issue. Ms. Avalon, London is saying, good morning, quick question. Yesterday was my birthday, and I had a slice of... Yeah, I'm seeing it here. And I had a slice of birthday cake, which was very sweet. I felt ill. Could it be my mind, or was this real? I just want some juice, which I also had some juices that are a bit sweet. Yeah, that'll make you feel sick. You have to understand. Remember cake? Like when they had bought cake for my birthday and stuff, I take a little piece. The majority of the cake was given away. Yeah, because remember sugar, one of the things that sugar does, it puts your immune system to sleep. So it makes it very easy for your body to be invaded by various pathogens, and whether it be bacteria, virus, those type of things. Okay? As Balata Queen is saying, sugar is poison. I totally agree. Yes, sir. Okay, please talk about baking soda. Okay. So this is the last question I'll answer. The thing with baking soda is an alkalizer. Baking soda is primarily sodium bicarbonate, so it has some positive effects on the body once you use it in the correct amounts, right? So I normally recommend a ½ teaspoon in 8 ounces of water first thing in the morning, and it does give you some very good benefits as an alkalizer. It has some detoxification properties attached to it as well. So very, very good thing to use. I normally recommend it with the Santulan and the Alkagen water. Okay, guys, so this brings our lives to an end. I don't know why I'm feeling hungry. I had a large glass of smoothie this morning that had sweet potato and dasheen and all kind of thing. That smoothie relish. It's a while I haven't made smoothie with sweet potato and dasheen in it, but it was like porridge. And I drank a really big cup, but that's the gym, I guess. Okay, so feel free to give us a call or visit. Those telephone numbers again, 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. 314-9975. Debe office number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515, as well as 341-4813. 341-4813. You have been listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates. We will be on Akashvani 106.1 FM from 1 today. 1:15, my apologies, to 2 o'clock. Okay? So keep that in mind and see you there. So, as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God continue to bless you and your family. Please be safe for this Easter, Easter holiday. Careful how you're driving. If you go to the beach, be as safe as possible. Okay? God bless and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Have a safe holiday.